that? All right.
Unless there's another way we can get inside.
Yeah. I asked him if he got media instructions for getting inside. He said no. Yeah. I was going to start doing interviews. Yeah, what's up?
No, you good.
You good? Pardon me, sir. I'm pressed. Would you mind doing an interview about why you want to be part of the march today?
Would you mind if I do?
No, I can't control what you do.
Yeah, I think as an REI, like on the roof floor. I was the guy that works there sitting with you guys.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, that's me.
Hey,
Yeah.
we've been in there many times.
Yeah. Just wanted to.
We wouldn't be alive without REI and the help that you guys gave us, so thank
Thanks
you.
so much for coming out.
Of course.
Now, if you wanted to.
Yeah, that's cool, yeah.
Yeah. Would you guys mind if I interviewed you really quick about why you want to be out here?
Sure.
Yeah. John. Yeah.
We should be on the
Yeah, all right. So, if you guys could just a little bit. All right. So, if I could have you start just by spell your names for me really quick.
Ann. Minnick, M-I-N-N-I-C-K.
And Ann is spelled.
A-N-N.
Okay.
No, E the best way.
Wayne, W-A-Y-N-E. Nealis, N-E-A-L-I-S.
All right. What made you folks want to be down here and be part of the general strike today?
Well, we've been protesting for I don't know how long, and we were like, finally, there's a big movement happening, and so we wanted to be here.
Finally, a big movement happening.
We've been going to New Kings. We go to a weekly pop-up protest. We've been to I don't know how many things since Renee Good was killed. But it was so amazing that there is this call for a general strike, and so many people came, and businesses stood up. So that's why.
We're outraged at what's going on in our state. Our immigrant neighbors and friends, people close to us, are being taken off the streets. And this deal here where Elam was abducted and his father has turned this state completely into a state of anger and frustration over what's going on. The Trump administration is making an example of Minnesota, and they're breaking every law and pushing everything they can to test out what they could do constitutionally and legally and beyond. And if anybody in America thinks this is a unique situation, they're coming after you. And that's why one of the reasons we're here, we love our immigrant neighbors. We want ICE out of Minnesota.
And so I want to address that. You're saying that the Trump administration is making an example out of the Twin Cities area, out of the state of Minnesota. What do you feel like through this just continued ramp of pressure? It started with Operation Metro Surge back in December. Now we're up to 3,000 agents being deployed here today. What is the message? What is the end goal the Trump administration is trying to achieve in your minds?
Well, they say it's to root out fraud, but ICE doesn't have anything to do with fraud. We have a small immigrant population relative to the size of our state. So the only reason that they're here is because we didn't vote for him for the last 3 elections. He thinks that it's been stolen, and he's just going to try and make an example of us. And if he can make Minneapolis break, if he can make Minnesota break, then he's going to go to other states as well. So it stops here, stops now.
What about you, sir? What do you feel like is the message that's being sent by the Trump administration right now with some of these tactics that are being carried out on the streets, like the abduction of a 5-year-old?
Well, they also have subpoenaed our state's leadership. There's no reason that they need to be in Minnesota, period. And as long as this country tolerates this kind of activity on our streets and in our cities and our towns, there was 300 ICE agents out in a suburban area here last week for a bunch of days. They set up roadblocks. They drew guns on a person delivering food. They need to be out of here. They're out of control. They have no business here. We are done, and we will win this fight.
How does it feel to be surrounded by I don't think it's an exaggeration to say hundreds of thousands of other Minnesotans, friends, neighbors out here all saying, essentially the same things that you are. What's the feelings that come up when you look out over this crowd?
Amazing. It's amazing that so many people came out, and I feel that we're going to be successful because we're together. We're together as Minnesotans.
It's inspiring. It's inspiring to see our fellow Minnesotans come out and voice their opinion and their anger on the streets. And we have people from all over the state that come here today as well. So it's not just Minneapolis or St. Paul. Suburbanites, out of people in the greater Minnesota, and our own folks here in Minneapolis. The trains, the buses were full coming down here. We're going to win.
This is my last question for you is, this is a one-day general strike. Would you support something longer to send a more sustained message to the Trump administration?
I think it's hard for working people. It's hard for families to continue to do something. But if the momentum is there and the businesses are supporting us, I'm retired. Like, this is what retirement looks like, more time for protest. But it's a big ask when we don't have a unionized state the way that they do abroad, where you can have a general strike and you still get paid. So, but yes, I think it's a good thing. I just recognize the challenges it has for everyday people.
The other thing I want to say is, you look around here, probably 80% of the people here are young people, and they are the future of this state, and they are angry at what's going on to their fellow citizens and the immigrant neighbors.
Thank you both very much. I'll let you try and get inside. I want to note here that John and I have called an audible. We were originally going to go inside and stream the rally from inside the Target Center, but the rush of people towards the door is so intense that we're abandoning that plan. We're going to stay out here and stream this crowd as it continues to arrive and try to get inside the Target Center. Can I get you to hold on for just 1 second for me? What's that? You want to talk? Yeah, come here. Yeah. Sorry, what's your name?
Tani.
Can you spell that for me?
Tahnee.
So, Tani, my name's JT. It's nice to meet you.
I watch your stuff.
Oh, well, lovely.
Yeah.
Can I ask you, why did you want to be a part of this mass demonstration today? Why did you want to be a part of this general strike?
It doesn't even feel like a want. It feels like a need. As I was marching, I was literally crying because I'm just like, I love all these people. I'm not from Minneapolis. I'm from up north, but I've lived here a really long time, and I really care about my community, and I'm really afraid of the trajectory of the country. I think that this is, obviously we've lived through multiple unprecedented events, and this one is an absolute nightmare. So I have to get bodies on the ground, and so I'm here solo.
You talk about that the tears welling up as you're marching with this crowd. Can you describe some of the emotions that you were feeling?
Yeah, a lot of anger, honestly, and it kind of melted into just appreciation that everybody is together. I feel like these types of demonstrations and disruptions to all this is the one thing giving me hope. There's power in numbers, and I know that, and we got the numbers. So it was a mixture of anger and appreciation for everybody, and being able to talk to people around me as like my comrades, and it's been, it was a lot, but so probably both of those things.
This is just a one-day general strike. Would you support something more sustained as a way to send a message, or more national as a way to send a message to the Trump administration?
Oh yeah, make their pockets hurt. That's it. Like, disrupt things, gum up the works, all that good stuff. I did see some places that were doing it in solidarity with Minneapolis. I feel like that's really important, and I hope it catches on. I hope more people do it, and I'll be here when it happens. So
you'll be here when it happens.
Yeah.
I mean, are you prepared to go the distance here with this administration that has 3 more years in power, billions or trillions of dollars at its disposal if it wants to? I mean, do you feel like you have the fortitude, the wherewithal to take that on?
Absolutely. Have to.
Why do you say have to? What is the sense of duty there?
It's really just doing my part. This affects people that I know, and not that is the only thing that matters, but I have friends affected by this. My neighbors have been affected by this. I've been really sick to my stomach seeing everything. And as somebody who is not being targeted and pulled out of my home, I feel like I need to be out here so they can stay at home and be safe.
So not only are you dealing with the people being pulled out of their homes, etc., but you're also contending with the idea that a myriad of other issues that are already on people's plates, the state of the economy, etc., etc. What are some of those problems in your day-to-day life that this administration is not dealing with? How are you suffering directly?
Yeah, I mean, as a working class, middle class person, coming from a working class background, it's absolutely devastating to see how, people are not able to afford rent. They're not able to get groceries. They're not able to find transportation. And I really my hat says it all. It says no pity for dead billionaires.
Looking for tax help? Now there are TurboTax experts right in your neighborhood. They get to know your unique situation and get you every dollar you deserve. So hand off your taxes to a local TurboTax expert today.
Yeah.
I'll let you try and get inside here if that was your intention. Good luck.
We'll see. Thank you
Good
so
luck
much.
trying to get inside. I appreciate the time.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you would want to add while you had the platform?
Let's see. Fuck ICE. Fuck them.
The number one response I get to that question here in the Twin Cities area. Thank you so much. I appreciate the time. Yes, of course. And one thing I want to note is I was just on the phone before we did those last couple of interviews. I was just on the phone with another independent media voice here in the Twin Cities area. I was on the phone with Andrew Mercado of Mercado Media, and he is blocks away from where we are right now, and he is still streaming this march as it's still making its way through the streets of Minneapolis. And as he described it, he said, quote, "This is the biggest march I've ever seen, the biggest demonstration I've ever seen." So that is what we're dealing with here. We are dealing with something that is truly unprecedented, certainly for the Twin Cities, an area that is already known for its activism and not being afraid to take to the streets and demonstrate against what it sees as injustice. And this is the level of voice that you are getting out there. This is the number of people that are making their voices heard out here.
Yes, that is you. You got a star.
Thank you. Well, you got quite a few fans here in the audience. Could I interview you, sir?
Sure. Yeah.
What made you want to be first of all, what's your name?
Benjamin.
Benjamin, common spelling?
What's that?
Common spelling?
Yes, common spelling, yep.
Benjamin, what made you want to be a part of these demonstrations today?
Well, I'm from Wisconsin. I lived
fellow Badger.
Hell yeah, dude. I lived in Minnesota for a little bit years ago, lived and worked here. I come here all the time for music, shows, festivals, etc., and so many other things. The nature up in the northern part of the state is beautiful, and the people in Minnesota are amazing. Every single thing about this place is wonderful, and watching what's happening over here from my hometown in Wisconsin, it's heartbreaking, and I felt like I had to be part of this today. I responded to March's call to action for clergy from all over the country to come to Minneapolis today to be part of this with everybody else.
Benjamin, when you look out at this crowd and you see how vast it is, I don't think it's an exaggeration to say hundreds of thousands of people in the street here. When you see how massive this demonstration is, what are the feelings that come up inside you?
It gives me hope that that this isn't going to last. And
when you say this isn't going to last, what is this?
This regime, the ICE takeover, the Trump lies, Epstein not being released, everything that's going on right now that's causing pain in our country, it needs to stop. We need to figure out how to come together to unite as one people and stand up for our neighbors and just be one again, you know?
A question I've been asking just about everybody I've talked to here today is, this is just a one-day demonstration. Would you support a more prolonged general strike as a way to send a message to this administration?
Personally, yes. I think general strike might be the only way to get through to people. I know the reality of a general strike happening is going to take a lot of effort and a lot of people to prepare for it to happen. But if you can, start setting something aside. Prepare yourselves for a longer general strike. It's what it will take to fight this administration and to get through and make what needs to happen.
what would you want a longer general strike to try and achieve? What should be its demands?
I mean, equality for one, first of all. No harmful treatment, abolish of ICE. I could go on. I'm not the best person to give.
Let me seize on that abolition of ICE. There are members of the Democratic Party right now, the nominal not national opposition party in this country,
yes,
that are not calling for the abolition of ICE. What do you say to those elected leaders who do not support the abolition of?
I say they need to get on board with the rest of the American people. ICE has only been around for a little over 20 years. We can abolish ICE, and we can set up a new program that is that fairly treats immigrants and that makes the process of immigration easier for people to get into this country legally. The setup, the process we have right now, it takes people way too long to get through it, and the rules and things in place, it almost makes it impossible. So yeah, I think they need to start standing up if they really want to show their support for the American people. They need to use their voice, their platform, their positions in power to do something about it and stand with the American people, or they're not going to get elected again.
Or they're not going to get elected again. What is your grade that you would give to the National Democratic Party, to its leadership in this moment?
If I could give lower than an F, I would. All of them need to go. There's a few good eggs in there. Ilhan Omar, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, Bernie Sanders. You know, some of them have been supporting Israel, though, too, and we don't fund genocide here. We shouldn't be funding genocide, so all of you need to stop doing that, too. So,
Benjamin, thank you for your time. I'll let you try and get inside here if that was your goal. But before I let you go, is there anything else you would want to add while you had the platform?
You know what? If people can come out and stand up, you don't even have to be on the streets. Show your support online. Show your support on social media. Talk to your friends and family. Have those hard conversations. That's all it's going to take to get us all on the same page again. God bless America.
Benjamin, thank you.
Thank
I
you,
appreciate
Status
that. Yeah, appreciate it. John, I want to just get us moving a little bit so we're not standing in one spot, just to generate a little bit of heat. So let's just maybe try and cross the crowd just over to the opposite street corner here. So we're going to get up and move here, and that's really just for our own sake, because it is.
I wanted to stay here because of the sun.
Oh, John wants to stand in the sun, and that's fine. I just need to move around a little bit is the only thing. I cannot continue to stand, and I was also a little bit in the shade. But it is already bitterly cold out here. I was around -10 at the start of the march. I do not know what it is right now with the wind chill. No doubt my boss has texted me what that number is, what that feels like temperature is, because he loves to let me know what he sent me to stand in. Jordan, if you're watching, don't get me wrong, I love it. But so we're out here in the streets of Minneapolis, where hundreds of thousands of people right now are trying to gain access to the Target Center to hear a rally at the end of a march through downtown. A rally, a march that is in response to the Trump administration calling for an end to ICE in the Twin Cities and in the state of Minnesota, calling for a removal of those federal immigration officers. Whew. I gotta put up my mask. And if you hear me yelling, by the way, it's because I can barely hear myself over the 2 layers that I have here on my head blocking my ears to try and stay warm out here in these sub-zero temperatures. If you support the work that we're doing, these voices that we are lifting up from this crowd to show you what a truly popular demonstration, is like here, so you're not just seeing the Trump administration's propaganda. If that is a mission that you think is worth it, please go to statuscoup.com/join. Sir, I wanted to talk to you because you're carrying this large Palestinian flag. Why did you feel it was important to bring the Palestinian flag to this general strike? Why is that a symbol that you wanted to be carrying?
Yeah, I think it's a sign to show that injustice matters no matter where it is, whether it's in the streets of Minneapolis or in Gaza. We have to show up for injustice no matter what, and I think it's just a reminder that, you know, we're in solidarity with them and as they're in solidarity with us.
I don't think anyone would pretend that what the American people are going through right now under the Trump administration is in any way identical to what the Palestinian people are dealing with right now in Gaza. But do you see any parallels? Where do you see those parallels, that sense of solidarity that you were just referencing?
Yeah, I think in terms of how we support each other and how we've been able to build that community, but also in the forces that oppress both of us. I see there's a lot of similarities between ICE and the IDF and how they're blatantly oppressing and violating human rights and making it difficult for people to live their daily lives the way they should.
I'm looking at you. You've got icicles clinging to your eyelashes right now. It is cold out here. Why did you want to be out here in these temperatures? Why did you want to stand with all of these hundreds of thousands of people out in the streets right now in downtown Minneapolis?
I mean, as a Minneapolis resident and as a human being, I think it's my right. I have to be out here. I have to show support by any means possible that I'm able to, and this matters. Showing up matters. Voicing my words matters, and supporting matters.
You use the word have to. I have to do this. Why does it feel like something that you are like duty bound to do? Why is it a need and not just a could or a should?
Yeah, I'm Muslim, and one of the basic tenets is to support each other and to stand up in any way you can. If you can't use your hands, use your feet. If you can't use your feet, use your voice. And it's a part of my tenet as my faith as a Muslim to be out here and to show support and to show that I'm against what's happening in Minneapolis.
What would a sense of justice for Minneapolis look like? How could, I mean, you're dealing with a city here that had one of its community members shot and killed. Can't begin to make that whole. You cannot undo that final act. But what would justice for Minneapolis, for the state of Minnesota, look like?
Yeah, I guess I don't know what justice look like in terms of indefinitely, but I think a good first step would be ICE's removal from the city and some type of steps towards some type of peace, because right now it just seems like there's a lot of chaos going on. So I think that would be the first step.
You're participating in a one-day general strike. Would you support a more protracted general strike?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. What should a protracted general strike call for? Maybe even one, if you wanted to imagine it, like at a national level, what should a prolonged national general strike call for?
Yeah, I think collaborating with other states to replicate what happened here in Minnesota and Minneapolis would be a good first step, and then going from there.
All right. Is there anything else you would want to add while you had the platform?
No, I'm just happy that we're out here. I'm happy you guys are showing the world what's happening, and stay safe.
Thank you. And before I let you go, just when we show you on screen, we'll put like a name or an identifier below you. How would you want to be identified?
Minneapolis resident.
Minneapolis resident. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Have a good day.
Yep, you too. Oh. You seeing that sense of that broader struggle with that symbol of the Palestinian flag, this broader calls for justice out here. It's not just something that's being shown at this one demonstration. It's been at protest after protest that John and I have been at. It's not necessarily in the form of the Palestinian flag always, but that sense that the people of Minneapolis, even though they are dealing with these direct injustice, violation of rights, and an occupation by their own federal government, there is still a sense from the Trump administration, or there is still a sense of the people on the ground here that they are in some way indebted to other calls for justice elsewhere. Oh. Hey, it's brutally cold out here.
Two of the leaders from the church protest
have been released from jail. John is getting in breaking news right now that two of the leaders of the city's church protest, which is a protest that happened here over the weekend on Sunday, two of those leaders have been released. Two of the people who are accused of participating in that protest by the federal government and who were apprehended in raids earlier this week have now been released from jail, and that's something that some of the activist community here have been calling for, is the release of people that they see as being apprehended purely as a political stunt because they were arrested on the day that Vice President J.D. Vance had come here. And so they are calling for the release of those people as a means to try and push back on the Trump administration's propaganda that it has been trying to put out, as if there is any sort of like anti-Christian violence or anything like that in this community. It's meant as a sign to push back, and no doubt the activist community will be grateful for those people's release, but it is in no way an end to what is happening here in this city right now. John, we got to move a little bit closer to the crowd here.
I'm sorry. We're moving. Take care.
The wind is howling down the streets here.
Santa's here.
Santa is here in the crowd.
Love your show.
Thank you very much, Santa.
Watch you all the damn time.
Can I?
Don't want my face on it. But.
Okay. Well, a little late now, Santa.
That's
But,
all right. Cheers.
Cheers. Santa Claus out here in the crowd in January. You'd think this would be his time off out of the year, but here he is in this crowd of protesters. I was just asking John to move, one, for my own sanity so I can keep warm because the wind is whipping down this street right now, but two, I wanted to get a little bit closer to the crowd to try and find some more interviews. Because we're not getting inside the Target Center, which, by the way, thousands of people crammed inside the Target Center right now. Whew. I'll try and grab someone here. Pardon me, folks. I'm a reporter. I'm interviewing people about why they wanted to be part of the protest. Would you mind if I interviewed you really quick?
Sure.
All right. If I could start just by getting names or how you want to be identified here.
Sam.
Sam, common spelling, I assume.
I'm Bree.
Bree, and how's that spelled?
B-R-E.
Thank you, and?
I'm Katie.
All right, so I got Sam, Bree, and Katie. My name is JT. This is my cameraman, John. First question is just real basic. Why did you want to join the general strike today?
It's just important to support our fellow Minnesotans. It's really just messed up what's been happening, so we just wanted to come out and support.
I think we're just angry like everybody else, and the cold's not going to stop us, and we're here to just show that we're all going to stand together no matter what.
Yes, we need those members to support our community. A lot of people that are getting taken, it's terrible. It shouldn't be done the way it is done, nor at all. We work in an industry where a lot of those people work for us, and we want to support them and make sure that they can go home safe, be treated fairly, and it's unfortunately not what we're seeing right now, and that's why we're so fucking pissed off.
You fucking pissed off.
Yeah.
I mean, aside from fucking pissed off, are there any other emotions that you feel when you see the Trump administration occupying your community in the way that it has? 3,000 agents on the streets here. What are those emotions that come up when you see those scenes on the streets here every day?
Horrified is one that comes to mind. I mean, disgusted, appalled. Yeah, it's just disgusting what's been happening in our streets, the abductions, the murder. It's just vile.
I think we're just scared. Like, a lot of us are scared not just for ourselves, but our friends, our family, and our neighbors. It's hard to watch, and it's difficult to feel like you can't do anything, and that's why I think people are here today.
Yeah, I mean, it's appalling. Everyone's seen what happened. I can't believe other people find it to be okay. It's disgusting. It's embarrassing that that's part of the U.S. right now, but we're going to get rid of it, hopefully.
Yeah, I'm hearing echoes of embarrassment here.
Yeah.
I want to get a sense, though, maybe turning to more positive emotions. What are the feelings that come up in you when you look out at this crowd of hundreds of thousands that are out here today to join in this protest, in this general strike? What are those feelings that come up within you?
Yeah, I mean, our sense of community around here is very strong. We take care of our neighbors, we take care of our community, and it's been heartwarming to see all the people out here supporting the cause, yeah.
Yeah, heartwarming for sure. It feels good to support each other, to be here for everybody. And I don't know, look around. It feels fucking great. The turnout is absolutely insane, and it just proves, that we're willing to show up.
Feels warm.
Feels warm in negative 10-degree temperatures. These Minnesotans built different. My God, I'm a Wisconsinite, and I am amazed at the fortitude out on display here.
Yeah.
So I wanted to get a sense from you. What is the message that you feel is being sent to the Trump administration with this demonstration, with this general strike?
That we don't put up with fascism. We don't put up with abductions. When ICE has nobody to report to, you have to report to us, the people of our community.
Yeah, I mean, we're here to protect each other, and I think it says a lot about the fact that we're not scared to be here and to do what needs to be done.
Eat shit, Trump administration. That's about it. Yeah, I mean, we're here. We're going to be here for as long as it takes, so, yeah.
Just yesterday, we saw Vice President J.D. Vance come here to the Twin Cities and use it as his backdrop to try and taint ICE agents as the good guys out here, that they are in some ways like rescuing children and the like and trying to keep the streets safe. To your mind, are the ICE agents the good guys? And assuming that you're going to say no, how would you characterize them?
They are not the good guys. They are the ones coming into our community, causing disruption, abducting people, causing fear in the streets. I mean, I know personally most people in my life are scared to go to work and to go to the grocery store. People who are here legally, citizens, are terrified of these agents. And I just think that's obviously not the goal here.
I want to pause there for a moment just to highlight that we're talking about American citizens who are feeling afraid in this moment. It is not just immigrants feeling that fear. It is everybody here. When you have 3,000 armed agents who have already demonstrated the willingness to use lethal force to shoot and kill somebody, it is instilling a sense of fear in this community. How would you characterize for the vice president, what is the message you would send to him about what it is like on the streets of the Twin Cities right now?
I mean, I would say that they are the villain of this story, and it's very clear. I've never felt more unsafe than once ICE came in. You know, we were happy, free citizens, you know, supportive of each other, and everything has changed. People are afraid, not, like you said, not just the people who are actively afraid for their children and their family, everybody around them as well. Yeah. Definitely the villains of the story.
Yeah, this is an immigrant-built nation, and we love our immigrant community and neighbors, and we don't want them to go away. They add to our community. They add to our culture. It's disgusting and appalling, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I find him to be very contradicting to himself.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete AI creation platform. Describe what you want, and watch it take shape. You can plan, customize, and expand in any direction. From tools built for one, to platforms ready for many. From passion projects to enterprise-grade systems. Everything is built in and ready to launch. It's a new world of creation, where you can go as far as your imagination takes you. Can you imagine it? Let's make your dream a reality, right now.
Out of our city, but I mean, at the end of the day, I think there's unreparable damage to a certain extent right now. You know, it's going to take us time after George Floyd just happening not too far before, you know, now. It's just the city's damaged, but that's what shows like this, like, we'll stand together, but it's going to take time to heal no matter what.
For sure. We're still healing our community from George Floyd, so, I mean, getting out is the first step, and then, obviously, bringing families back together would be amazing, and charging the people who are involved in making the decisions to be lawless and to attack our citizens.
Yeah, I think impeachment is a good start. We'll see how that goes. As you can see, we have a very strong community here, so we'll build together. We'll get back to where we were. A community always needs healing no matter what state they're in, so it's going to be continuous throughout however long, you know, we'll be here. So we'll do it. We'll rise together, and hopefully in good times after all this is over. So,
is there anything else you would want to add while you had the platform before I let you guys go?
We're Minnesota strong. You can't come into our streets and fuck with us like that without getting something back.
Agreed.
Yeah, we're here to stay, so good luck.
Thank you all. I appreciate the time. Thank you guys.
Have a good one. Stay warm.
Yeah, you as well. Yeah, stay warm.
You would think as a coach and as a racer that I would know how to get the right shoe, but it took an injury and it took a lot of pain in my foot to realize that I hadn't been sizing my own shoes right and I needed some help. I had a friend tell me about Roadrunner Sports, and so I went into my local store and ended up working with a fit expert in the Perfect Fit Zone. They did a 3D scan of my foot and a gait analysis within 10 minutes. And I realized that one foot was a half size bigger than the other, and that practically single-handedly corrected an ankle issue I'd been having, and then also learned about my arches, and I got some custom insoles made right there, molded to my feet and my arch issues. Thanks to Roadrunner Sports and working with the fit expert, I'm now back to my healthy, soled self. I'm running 50 to 60 miles a week again, and I am pain-free.
We are back. All right, thanks. Hang up on me. Bye. All right, we are back. Thank you for joining us. And we take a look here at some of the signs here in the Twin Cities. General strike protest in March as more people try to make their way inside the Target Center. Pardon me, sir. Pardon me, man. Would you mind if I interviewed you about why you wanted to join the protest today? Would you mind if I interviewed you about why you wanted to join the protest today?
Yeah, I don't mind.
Yeah, what's your name?
Let me just spell it. My name is Eunice.
Eunice, can you spell that for me?
Y-U-N-I-S.
Eunice. My name is JT. My cameraman's name is John. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
Why did you want to join the general strike protest today?
Well, I think it's important that our voices are heard, that, we don't want this to turn into 1930s Germany. And if we don't come out and we don't show our voices and we don't show that we care about humanity, we care about each other, then, we wonder why people in the 1930s were quiet. And now with cameras and everything, we need to show that we weren't quiet. History is going to look back at all the people that didn't show up. Their grandkids are going to ask them, what were they doing? And so that's what I'm here for, and I think that's what the majority of the people are here for. We care about each other. We care about our community. It's like negative 10 degrees, and we're all out here. And this shows just how important this is to all of us. So,
where does that sense of importance come from? What are you seeing on the streets here every day that made you feel like you needed to take the streets?
All the stuff that you see on the internet and all the stuff that they're trying to make normal, that isn't normal. People care about each other. When you see a 5-year-old child getting abducted, then that makes you feel something. That makes you feel like, and they say that people out here are paid. Who's getting paid to come out here in negative 10 degrees? No one is getting paid to be here. I know for sure I'm not getting paid to be here. So, I think this is maybe the second protest I've ever been a part of. So, and if it being this cold, it just shows how important it is.
This is your second protest you've ever been a part of. What forced you into the streets here? Why did you feel like this rose to the level I cannot stay at home?
Yeah, I think everything that's been happening for the past year prior to that, it's been leading up to this. And, I just can't keep quiet anymore. I can't keep quiet anymore. I can't be on the sidelines. I want my face to be shown. I want to be one of the people that showed up. And it just makes me so proud to see all of these people. When I came, I didn't know how many people were going to be out that were here. I was just proud. And I'm proud to be here. And, I couldn't even find gloves, but I'm here. Yeah, I couldn't find gloves. I tried to go to Target, and they said they ran out. So I said, you know what? I'm still going to be out here.
Out here without gloves, just to be a part of what is happening because it feels that important. Eunice, I want to ask you, would you support a strike that lasted longer than a day? Would you be on board?
Absolutely, absolutely I would. Absolutely I would. If we had to come back out here tomorrow, I would come back again. However long it takes for everybody to know, like, this is what people care about. People care about each other. People want to be out here. Yes, I will show up as long as I have to.
As long as you have to, what would you want a prolonged general strike to call for? What should be the change it pushes for in the world?
I want, the thing that's going away, I feel, is people are losing their humanity. And I think it's because of rhetoric and what people are saying. A lot of people don't realize that everybody else breathes and, uses the bathroom the exact same way that you are, So we should care about each other. I think that's what it should come down to. No one is illegal. People are people. People are humans. And when they're here, we should stand up for them. When they're not here, even when they're being oppressed overseas, we should still come out here. But now it's in our backyard. We didn't think this would happen in America, but it is. And so, we need to come out now. If you're not coming out now, when are you going to come out?
If not now, when? That is the message that is being delivered with the people here in the streets of Minnesota, in the Twin Cities, in downtown Minneapolis right now. If they don't stand up now, when will they have the opportunity to do so? Eunice, are you at all worried about the erosion? Are you at all worried about the erosion of your rights? Because we've recently seen that the Department of Homeland Security, or ICE, is directing its new hires that they no longer need to get judicial warrants in order to force their way into homes. Are you concerned, and you're expressing there this sense of, if not now, taking to the streets when? Seems like almost like you might be worried about your First Amendment right to protest. Are you concerned about the erosion of rights under this administration?
Absolutely I am. I think, it's not going to happen overnight. It's been slowly inching towards, getting our rights taken away. Right now it's illegals. But then what do you know next? They're talking about people that have been here, that have been born here, that were citizens. They're talking about revoking their citizenships. Things like that are now just words, but someday they're going to be actions. But I think if enough people come out, and if we show up, as long as we have to, then we have a chance. We have a fighting chance.
Eunice, is there anything else you would want to add while you had the platform?
I just want to say I'm proud of everybody that's here. I think that's just what's making me so proud. I've lived in Minneapolis my whole life, and, I've never seen anything like this. This is just making me proud, and I hope we continue.
Thank you very much. Take care of those hands. Be safe, man.
Thank you.
Yep. Oh. People out here without gloves. That's insane. Hundreds of thousands of people in the streets. Some of them aren't wearing gloves. What is happening here in Minnesota? I think that just goes to show the passion that the people are experiencing here on the streets and the way that they are feeling, the sense of injustice they have. You're hearing from them themselves, the way that they are worried about their rights being taken away, that if they do not take the streets in the way that they are right now, dancing in the streets in negative 10-degree temperatures, if they don't do this now to send a message to the Trump administration, they may not have the opportunity later. That might be taken away from them as the Trump administration continues to ramp up its immigration enforcement efforts, as it continues to grow the ranks of ICE. Yeah, and John is pointing out that as you've seen the stream of people come behind us here as I've been doing these interviews, moving past the camera, there are still people blocks in that direction that have not arrived at the Target Center. It is hundreds of thousands of people that are out here in this cold right now, out here to make their voices heard against the Trump administration. Hundreds of thousands of people speaking with one voice, that they will not tolerate what is happening to the Twin Cities right now and to the state of Minnesota. And that is what they wanted to make heard. And one such voice is joining me now. Can I start just by getting your name and spelling, please?
Dawn Drouillard.
And Dawn, how do you spell that?
I go Drouillard, but I go by Dawn Savignon online.
Got it. Dawn.
I just wanted to talk to you because I overheard you talking about that some people don't have gloves out here. Give you a little insight. I was born and raised in northern Minnesota. Most of these people, if you're ice fishing, you can't have gloves on, man, in order to bait You're hooked. You can't wear gloves. My earliest, most horrible memories of my life were standing on a frozen fucking lake in this state in the 1970s before we had polar fleece and Gore-Tex. So we grew up with this shit. Like, this is like, you know, it's just Minnesota. It's how it is here.
This is just Minnesota. This is life here. Dawn, what did you come out in this wonderfully warm Minnesota weather to be able to say? What was the message you wanted to deliver?
I just wanted to be counted. I just wanted my voice heard, you know, because it's like, I feel like there's only, you know, there's so much help coming in and so much relief, but I feel like I'm not doing enough. What can I do if it's just out here, you know, yelling and being a statistic, literally? I mean, what's the official count here? There's at least 100,000 people here. I mean, if not more. Yeah. Plus, are there 70,000 people inside, too? I mean, I don't even know. It's crazy. And so it's like we have to be heard. We have to be out here. Enough's enough. We have a constitution. The lawlessness, I can't believe that motherfucker is getting away with it. Like, who's going to stop him? And I knew they were going to declare war on us here in Minnesota. We knew it. And here it is. And it's just fucking bullshit we even have to be out here doing this. It's outrageous.
When you say it's fucking bullshit that you have to be out here doing this, when you're saying who's going to stop them, do you feel, it seems like you're implying that you're not seeing the leadership you want to see from the national opposition party, the Democrats? Are you seeing enough action from them?
More money yesterday, correct?
Yeah. You're referencing the fact that these funding bills that have been making their way through Congress and were approved by Congress do allocate more continued funding for all of the Trump administration's agenda here.
And I mean, it's like we're living in the twilight zone. There's no money for health care. There's no money for schools. There's no money, education, infrastructure, any of the things. But there's enough money for these Gestapo motherfuckers to terrorize us. And they're literally terrorizing us in an American city. It's not right. It's just not right. And, you know, if anybody comes here, I'm sure you've seen, it is so chill here. Like, why is anybody here? Like, if you go to Nicole Good's Memorial, it's just like friendly, nice neighborhood. Why are there anybody here? Why is there any police force here outside of our own? It just doesn't make any sense. I don't know what we're going to do, but if we have to do this every fucking day, I mean, we'll be out here every day, you know? I love that it's this cold. It just shows, like, I think there's actually more people out here because it was this cold, because it's like, it's not going to keep me out, you know? I've been ice fishing in warmer, in colder weather than this.
Dawn, you're a hoot. Thank you. Dawn, can I want to ask about your sign. What is that message there? Just walk us through it. Can you read it out and explain why this is the sign you wanted to be holding today?
It says fucking bitch, because Kristi Noem is a fucking bitch. And I think we all know that was what was uttered out of the murderer's mouth after he murdered Nicole Good.
You're talking about ICE agent Jonathan Ross. He videotaped himself during the shooting. And after the shooting, he can be heard on the mic saying of Renee Nicole Good, fucking bitch.
Fucking bitch. So I had seen this picture online of her with her makeup getting like gouged on with like a palette knife, and I'm like, that's pretty perfect. So
thank you
thank you for your work. I've been watching your live stream a lot, and thank you so much for coming out. And everybody's working really hard, and I just, like I said, I wish I could do more. You know, but I think just doing anything is better than sitting and watching the atrocities happen.
Dawn, thank you very much for those kind words. Before I let you go, I wanted to ask, just because you made the point about that there's always money for ICE, but there's never money for, you know, programs that could actually benefit people. What are some ways in your life, or your family's life, or your friends' lives, what are some issues that you or they are facing where some of those billions of dollars that are currently going towards this deportation agenda, how could that money be spent to actually better your life or your friends, your family's lives?
Well, I mean, just not even moving on from healthcare. I mean, it's unreal what we are put through in this nation. And the fact that we are, it's actually enslaved to no matter what job you're in, no matter what sector you're in, because your employment is, your insurance is tied to your employment. And I was a small business owner. I had a catering company here in Minneapolis for 22 years. I like to think we treated our employees really well. We had benefit packages. And I always felt like it was my duty to be a good boss, to create an equitable, safe work environment that was fair, and supportive. But I was also responsible for their lives, literally, and their families' lives. And I was just one small little company, and every person in this nation, or most people, if you're lucky enough to have a benefit package offered to you, you have it. No one makes a choice based on following their heart, or what they think might be better for themselves. They're just trapped in this never-ending cycle of, oh, my health insurance, oh, my job. It's like no better than being enslaved. And so many people are stuck in lives and jobs that they hate, that they're not being fulfilled or getting anything that they need or want out of it because of their fucking health insurance. And I've been on both sides of it, an employee and an employer, and I'm telling you, when you're responsible for all of your staff and their family as well and their health, it's a strain that it shouldn't be put on small businesses and businesses at all. Certain things should be just provided for us. One of them is clean drinking water, clean air, something to eat, and you can go to the doctor when you're sick. It's insane that there's even another opinion on that to me.
Dawn, before I let you go, is there anything else you would want to add while you had the platform?
I don't know. Just thanks for coming out, and I don't know. I'm so happy there are so many people here, and just doing the work that we can, and hopefully this shit isn't going to go on for very long. But I don't know. We'll just keep on keeping it on because we're not going to fold.
Dawn, thank you very much. I appreciate the time.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, take care. All right, before we do more interviews, I really do want to just take a moment here to pay the bills and say, John and I are freezing our ass off here in the cold. Please, if you feel like we've earned it, go to statusquo.com/join for as low as $5 a month. You go to support us to help fund the work that we are doing here. All right, so I wanted to bring you two in here, and first I just wanted to start by getting your names and how you spell them.
Wally, W-A-L-L-I. Zach, Z-A-K.
All right, Wally, Zach, why did you want to be out here a part of this massive general strike today?
It's wrong. What's going on? Someone has to do something about it, man. Our people are being targeted, and that's not right. So I say to the people of America, fight for your rights and continue to always push and persevere.
Zach, why did you want to be out here?
I mean, this is what it's all about, you know what I'm saying? We gotta be out here, we gotta show support, we gotta come out in numbers when we don't like something. We shouldn't just accept everything the government, tells us to do or whatever they think it's right. Yeah, that's why I came out.
What was the message you came to deliver? You came out here to send a message, I assume, to the federal government. What was that message? Oh, we got signs here.
ICE out now. That's what we're saying. We came out to show people we don't like what's going on. We don't want these people here anymore, and we need them out as soon as possible.
I agree. Yeah, what they're doing, they're taking advantage of people who do not have the same rights, and they're taking advantage of them. So yeah, ICE out of Minneapolis. ICE out of Minneapolis.
ICE out of Minneapolis. What are the ways that you have seen ICE agents conducting themselves in these city streets, in these communities, that made you feel that, inspired you to this level of action, to be on the streets in negative 10-degree temperatures? What are some of those ICE agent actions? What are they doing that inspired you to actually be out here today?
They're conducting with fear. They're going around instilling fear into people, having them think that they cannot fight for themselves, and that's just wrong. That's why I believe that if you're instilling people with fear, then that's not what we should be doing. It's not perfect humanity. That's inhumane. Very inhumane.
I had this hits home because I had family and friends who are U.S. citizens get stopped by these thugs because of the color of their skin, because of how they look or how they speak, and I don't think that's right. Not because
they're doing anything illegal, not because they are illegal immigrants. These are U.S. citizens you're talking about who are being stopped purely based on the color of their skin because the Supreme Court says that that is okay, and the Trump administration says that that is an acceptable tactic that they are willing to use.
Unacceptable, 100%. I had an uncle who was just at the gas station filling gas, and he got stopped by one of them. Just because of the way he looked. There was nothing about him that gave away he might be here illegally or he might be here legally, but he was a U.S. citizen, and they stopped him just because of the way he looked.
Yeah, I assume just because he is not white is what I would assume.
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
100%. And what are the ways that it is? I don't know how old you two are. You seem on the younger side. I don't know. Are you guys in high school or college at this?
20, both of us.
20 years old. So what are some of the ways that you've seen your friends, your family, or maybe even yourselves, how have your lives had to change in response to 3,000 ICE agents being in your communities?
It makes you watch where you move. You're told not to go certain places in fear that you might be attacked. There was a Somali boy who was attacked for just his looks, just being Somali. So that's just not right. That we have to be able to move with fear and be told where to go and where not to go. It's a free country after all.
I've seen people in my community come out in front of elementary school, stand guard, for...
Vistaprint prints everything to get your brand in front of your fans, like t-shirts, water bottles, and totes, so everyone can gift it, work in it, and take it. Whether it's one of a kind or one for your whole team, if you need it, we print it with 20% off for new customers at Vistaprint.com.
You're at risk of getting harassed by these thugs.
How does it make you feel to be surrounded by, hundreds of thousands of other people who are out here to say largely the same thing that you are? How does it feel to be a part of this crowd today?
Beautiful, in my opinion. See everyone fighting for the same rights that we all deserve. At the end of the day, we are human. And I think that's the bigger picture, man, that everyone bleeds the same. So if this had to come together and prove that, then so be it.
Yeah, no matter what the people up top, Elon Musk, Donald Trump, no matter what they say, we're together. This personally brings me hope, just, seeing no matter what these people say, that there's still people who care about these stuff, that are willing to come out in negative 12 degrees and protest and show that they care.
You guys aren't wearing gloves either. Why do I keep talking to people who aren't wearing gloves today? Why aren't you bundled up here?
We kind of came around like an if, I ain't gonna lie. We just said, why not? Why not fight for our rights? You know what I mean?
Zach, are you going to be okay, man, holding that sign without the gloves, dude?
Hey, man, it's for the greater cause, you know what I'm saying? So I'm willing to, fight through it. But we're about to go get gloves right now.
Mike, please do, and I won't keep you any longer. But before I let you go, is there anything else you want to say while you have the platform?
I think that's all for me.
Hey, man, free Minneapolis, free Palestine. Shout out everyone who's out here. Shout out, just love. We're all human at the end of the day. Thank you.
Thank you both. I appreciate the time. Guys. Thank you. Woo. But John, just lift this up here. Show the mood in this crowd. We are talking about hundreds of people, if not thousands of people, right here in this one intersection. Thousands of people here in this one intersection, all to say the same thing, to express their opposition to the Trump administration and what is happening here in the Twin Cities area.
I was sitting at home. I got done volunteering last Wednesday. I went home and turned on YouTube. There's status too. Something was going on with the shooting last Wednesday. And I'm sitting at home, my dumbass. I'm in St. Paul. I don't know my way around Minneapolis. I've been there for 4 fucking hours, feeling like a piece of shit that I couldn't be there. So I'm happy to be here today. And I'm happy to see you.
Sorry, what's your name?
My name is Erica Crazy Hawk, Tafe Juta Chakpiwi, Kokrik Sioux Tribe, Dakota exiled from these lands.
Oh boy. So I'm sorry, I can't really hear too well because of all the layers that I am wearing, so I couldn't make out your name just then. But what made you want to be out here as part of the general strike today?
Well, I myself am a Dakota exiled from these lands here, and that these are our people here. These are our relatives here that are getting exiled. And a lot of this is historical trauma to us, and it's triggering. I myself am a mother, and when Renee got shot, you know what I wanted to do? I wanted to go and burn that motherfucking fort down. That's what the fuck I want to do, and I'm still gonna fucking do it. So I'm asking you guys to come stand with me, the Dakota, Erica, Crazy Hawk, Tape, Jutaway, Chalk Baby. Let's get together, let's organize and get this shit shut the fuck down. Get ICE the fuck off our Dakota stolen lands.
You're making a direct call to action there for people to stand with you. Out here are thousands of people standing alongside you. How do you feel when you look out over this crowd and see all of these people?
Well, I feel that unity, that love, that solidarity. You know, Mother Earth feels this too. You know, our ancestors feel this as well. You know, they're loving this right now. They're seeing the world wake up. They're seeing America wake up. I love seeing all these people here coming together like the prophecy says. We will unite under one tree. Where's that tree gonna be at? Well, that tree should be at Fort Snelling Historical Site. That's what I think. That's where my grandfather was hung. So that's what I think, my own self, in claiming land back for our people.
Claiming land back for people.
The Dakota people. For the Dakota Excelled. The Dakota Excelled that were excelled out here in 1862, 1863. Taking our lands from us. These allotted lands still belong to the Dakota Sioux, the Santee. My grandfathers have allotments here that they took and are holding on to.
How do you see the use of ICE agents here in the streets of the Twin Cities area as an extension or as a continuation of that long struggle that you are making reference to here? Draw that through line in very explicit terms for people.
Well, you know, like I said before, you know, I've gotten arrested out in D.C. like 3 or 4 times, you know, here for declaring an emergency, declaring land back, stopping, you know, the drilling here, what's going on. So yeah, I'm kind of happy that everything came here. You know, I'm sorry that Renee Good got shot and she died. You know, that's the sacrifices that sometimes we have to make for our people, because that's what my ancestors did. So, you know, standing here and being a mother my own self, you know, telling my children I love you today, and that if anything happens to you, to me, know that your mother died trying, all right? I'm a veteran as well, and a teacher.
How does it make you feel? I mean, just the feeling that, like, the idea that you had to tell your children that, or you felt like you had to tell your children, like, hey, if I die, like, just know this. You know, how does that make you feel that you live in a country where that's a very real possibility, where it has happened, you know, to another mother like Renee Good that you just referenced? How does that make you feel about living in a country like the United States?
I think it's fucking sad. I think it's fucking sad that everybody is still siding with President Trump and his administration, because we all understand that this is about fucking money. It's about greed. It's about keeping those files a secret. You know, all of this while we're standing here protesting and marching, we need the rest of the world to wake up and tell them that we need those files released. And yeah, it makes me very angry, but very, very happy to be a Dakota woman in these trying times, in these prophecy times.
When you say, pardon me, the cold makes it difficult to talk, but when you're talking about it's about the greed, you know, can you lay that out a little bit more? Where do you see the greed at play here, the moneyed interests at play here? You made reference to the Epstein files, etc. Can you again just make that explicit for people? Where do you see that at play, the money?
I see the greed right here, you know, the ICE officers, you know, protecting, you know, the other ICE officers and wasting the people's money. So right now what the greed is going is that it's all about the oil, it's all about the minerals, it's all about the military making their equipment, and all those investors throughout all these times profiting off of that. You know, my own son, you know, and my own self, but my son right now is, you know, an active Guards member. And, you know, I have to tell him, this isn't our fight. This isn't our war. I mean, he isn't going across seas to fight other wars. And he isn't going to stand on the front line with the rest of the fucking National Guards and military and sit there and look at his mom straight in the face. No. I mean, like I said, you know, the boarding schools and everything that had happened to our people, you know, it's showing now. The world is waking up. I feel that honor coming, you know, that respect of our people and the history finally coming to light.
How do you feel about the future? Optimistic, pessimistic?
I feel very optimistic that we're gonna motherfucking win and we're gonna shut this shit fucking down.
What does winning look like?
Winning looks like this. Winning looks like unity. Winning looks like solidarity, love, helping each other out. I'm homeless as well. My mother's up in freaking Anoka in a group home right now, and we're not even allowed to leave and go back to Minnesota. So that's where I'm at right now in my own fight, you know, for my mother and our sovereignty rights right now, because, you know, we're in a different state and it's a jurisdiction issue. So, you know, being here, being with the people, you know, having coffee, thanking all the businesses that let us guys into the door, and all the people and all the marshals and all the speakers. The Dakota people welcome you on these lands, and we thank you for your cheers, your loves, your prayers, and your hospitality.
Thank you very much. Before I let you go, is there anything else you would want to say while you have the platform?
Yep. I'd just like to say that, you know, the Dakota people are going to be working on this thing here called the Red Road Village Project. And what we want to do is take back some of our lands from the Minneapolis and this Minneapolis city, park and boards. You know, we need these lands for our people, for the recovery for our people. We're suffering here. And this is what makes me so sad right now, is watching my own people houseless and being taken and deported right now and being held at Henry Whipple. This is sad. This is sad time, people. Pray for our people. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yep.
Thank you. I'm taking just a quick break here off to the side of the camera to allow myself to breathe. We were just going there with interviews. I need a chance to breathe, but there are just so many people here. I'll note that the Target Center, where we are outside of right now, which is meant to be the end point for the march and the rally, has started to clear out now of people, and people are still coming and going from inside the building, likely as a warming center, which sounds like a good idea at this point. Whew. I want to get warm. I want to at least go inside. Let's go inside. John and I are going to try and move inside the Target Center here to use it as a bit of a warming center for ourselves. Doesn't that sound like a great idea? Couch. And there's. Oh God, I got to interview this guy with the couch.
Hear about how you
Pardon me, dude. I got to interview you. Yeah. Would you mind? Sure. Fuck JD. And then your what? Sorry.
Oh, my buddy helped me make it. So.
Oh, okay. So first, the camera isn't going to capture the full 360 of the couch that you are wearing on your back.
Yeah.
Can you describe what it says on this and why you wanted to wear it?
Yeah, so I made this in honor of JD's visit to Minneapolis yesterday. And on the sitting side, it says, I'm not your one-night stand, I'm a sofa. And then the other side, my buddy... Right over there we go. Tell him about the side you made.
Well, JD Vance's favorite spot is right around the corner here. If you can see some, plant seed. You know what I mean? Fuck white nationalism and fuck Trump and the agenda of the far right. Love thy neighbor. It's the second most important commandment according to the Christianity that they supposedly follow. And what can you say? I mean, it's awful what they're doing. Love thy neighbor.
Why was it important for you to send this message tongue-in-cheek style to the vice president? Why was he the one who got who got who you felt like you really needed to send this message to?
I think JD is particularly vacuous as a person. I mean, he's just a bad guy. And I don't know, he's smarmy, like the smirk he does, it really grosses me out. And I wanted to wear a sofa as a symbol of Minnesotans being tough. We'll bring our ridicule to below zero. We don't give a fuck.
That sense of not giving a fuck is so apparent today on a cold day like this, where so many people are out despite the weather.
Yeah.
But I wanted to. Oh, good. I guess I gave you a good time to break then. Come. Good to go. Thank you. All right, bye. Okay. So just before we lost signal there, I was just asking you for your reaction to JD Vance's remarks that he delivered yesterday, where he tried to make ICE agents sound like the good guys, talked about them rescuing a 5-year-old boy that they were in the process of deporting right now, etc. Really trying to make ICE sound like the good guys. What was your reaction when you heard what the vice president was saying?
I mean, the ease in which he's able to lie and like mask mask vulnerability, talking about his own kids. His entire retelling of that story was a lie. They were right in front of his house when the kid's father was taken by ICE. The people inside were screaming and crying and asking for them to let the kid come inside, but they didn't. He wasn't left out in the cold. They took him to fucking Texas, and now you have like a 5-year-old in a detention camp without his parents. No one knows where he is yet. Like, that's evil. It's profoundly evil. And on top of that, when he's speaking about, the story that I heard, we got to make sure, I got to check in D.C. if it's real, about the police officers of color being, like, literally having these incidences of racially biased reporting. Or the cop that had ICE people, like, just, knock the phone out of her hand. And then as soon as she's told them, I'm a police officer, they ran away, faces covered. Like, it's just weird. It's hard to understand how someone just has no interest in telling the truth or being kind or respecting our rights. It's crazy. And he does it with a goddamn smirk. Fuck him.
That is a very poignant message. I'll turn away from the vice president for a moment.
Yeah.
But I wanted to ask, what's your reaction to just seeing so many people on the streets today? I mean, we're talking about hundreds of thousands of people who joined the protest today. What was your reaction to seeing this mass demonstration?
I mean, it's great. Honestly, it's what I expect. I'm from here. I live here. We care. I mean, Minnesota, Minneapolis, throughout history, throughout American history, we're a bastion of progressive rights. Like, the progressive movement kind of started here. I'm forgetting the guy who was VP with LBJ's VP? Anyway.
Texting my U.S. history knowledge there. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I'm forgetting. But anyway, we have a long history where, we're a proud, progressive city. I mean, we've got excellent public schools. We have one of the highest theater seating per capita in the country. We're one of the best biking cities in the country. We have a lot to be proud of. And, I mean, one of the things we're proud of is that we're one of the few states after the Vietnam War, when our allies, the Hmong people in the hills of Vietnam were being massacred, I think we're the only state that said, come here. And then also with people from Somalia, they're leaving a war, like they're leaving just excruciating, deadly, like they might die situations, and you know, they come here and they contribute. Like honestly, a lot of the most beautiful women in Minneapolis are from Somalia and that part of the world. Wonderful import.
Would you support a general strike that lasted longer than a day?
I mean, if people can swing it, like if people don't, it doesn't hurt too many people. I'd say why not? I don't know how that would necessarily like apply the right kind of pressure. So if I had confidence that it would work, sure.
If you had confidence. Do you have confidence that this is sending a message here today? And if so, what's the message?
I mean, I think it's sending the same message, that we care about each other and we're not going to be subjugated. We're not just going to sit around and take it. We're going to be mad. We're going to protest. We're going to show up. We're going to show up for our neighbors, for our, you know, for our local Minneapolis. We're going to show up for each other in the state of Minnesota. And this is, in my mind, just a continuation of the scale of that support that is going to continue until they leave.
Thank you very much. I appreciate the time. I actually don't know if I caught your... Did I catch your name at the top?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, sorry. What was your name?
Riley Curran.
Can you just spell that for me really quick?
Riley, first name. Last name Curran, Curran.
Riley, thank you very much for your time. Anything else you want to add while you have the platform?
Join the protest. It's fun.
Riley, thank you very much. I'll let you and your couch get out of here.
Yeah.
All right.
Hopefully that's good.
Right. That's Riley with the couch on his back, sending a very clear message to the vice president. As the people here are sending a very clear message, currently leading chants of ice out here on the street, here on...
Breaking. According to GHF, Gaza Humanitarian Foundation, an Israeli strike kills little Amir.
This young little boy, his name is Amir.
Amir was shot by Israeli forces with machine guns while leaving the aid site alongside other civilians.
Breaking. According to GHF, 4 months later, Amir found alive and safe with his mother. Fake images are a weapon. Don't let anyone play with your mind. Check before you share. Question, verify, think.
Their own federal government that is supported with billions, trillions of dollars of their tax money. If that work is important to you, please go to statusquo.com/join. I'll note that while there is no doubt somewhere here, I did not see them, but no doubt some national media here, what they're going to produce is like a 2-minute little segment for the news tonight. And they're going to lift up, you know, they're going to play like a soundbite from a protester. Maybe 2 sound bites from a protester if they're feeling zesty. But then they're also going to lay out whatever the latest propaganda that's being spewed by the Trump administration and try to make these two sides seem equal, as though 100,000 voices in the street here in Minneapolis is in any way equal to what just a handful of administration officials have to say, as if it carries the same weight. So if us lifting up the voices of people here truly on the ground in Minneapolis is valuable to you, please go to statusquo.com/join. For as low as $5 a month, you go to sustain our on-the-ground reporting in negative 10-degree temperatures. The $15,000 a month that costs us to be on the ground and support what we are doing here. Please support us in any way you can. Get subscribed to us. We greatly appreciate it. John and I are going to get warm now, so I want to say on behalf of myself, on behalf of John Farina behind the camera, on behalf of our whole Status Quo team, the small but mighty team that we have, Jordan, Colin, Michelle, Ty, on behalf of our partners at the Midas Touch Network, who we are reporting in conjunction with, thank you for being with us in downtown Minneapolis. I'm JT Siskowski. Good night. Oh, no, you were
Hey, everybody. Coming here from Australia is here. Algeria. You know, I'm not sure I've seen someone from Algeria before, not saying they've not been here, but it hasn't been somebody I've called out. Someone says, go Jack Smith. Yes, we're going to be talking about that. Minneapolis, Minnesota, where it is negative 19 degrees and sunny. Wisconsin and Vancouver. Sonoma, California, Westlake, California.
The march was probably about 45 minutes. And the estimate is 50,000 people. I'm not sure how accurate that is.
Hay muchos latinos también aquí,
or helicopters up there.
Inmigrantes salieron a manifestarse también. Porque creo que nadie le gustaría un padre
Save me from this quick. I'm gonna go warm up. I might go into this Irish pub. I might go grab some. That's media in the sky. Yeah, I'm assuming they had some helicopters up.
Each and every one of you. Is with the people who are out here patrolling the streets, protecting our neighborhoods, protecting our children, protecting the elders and the fathers of the fathers, and protecting all of our neighbors here in Minnesota. We
somos aquí en la ciudad de Nueva York, aquí esto salieron a manifestarse en contra de los viejos aquí. Mira aquí los sacerdotes aquí.
That is why they are here
en la ciudad de Nueva York.
because they see the real power of the people. We are in a moment of absolute united power. Now is the time to flex that strength and that power. Now is the time to stand up. Now is the time to organize and to take action. Now is the time to fight back. Now is not only the time where we say enough is enough, but these times demand unapologetic action. And together, through this unified power of Indigenous peoples, of all of our allies, of all of the communities that are under attack, now is the time to come together as all people, as all races, as all cultures. Because when we step into that power, we are unstoppable. And together, we will dismantle, we will defund, and we will stop the violence that is happening on our streets.
I'm also an associate professor of American Indian Studies at the University of Minnesota. I'm out here today standing with my fellow educators whose schools are under attack, whose students are under attack, whose families and communities are under attack. We can't wait for the bosses. We can't wait for the managers.
Así que es algo todo.
We can't wait for them to grow conscience or inspire. We have to exercise that right as workers.
Where do you park? I don't know. Parking's probably miserable right now.
As an educator,
5,000 likes to send me home.
No. From these lands, Bide Ota Otuwe, what you call Minneapolis. I like to tell a little bit of history because that fort Fort Snelling, when it was built in the 19th century, it was built to genocide our people. It was built as a concentration, as a projection in this region to genocide indigenous people. Hey, my God, fuck you. From the very first stone they made that fort, not people resisted. Fuck you. And we will continue to resist until they remove every last stone from that fort. Because all of you today
No quiere que pase de lo que está pasando en otros estados. Gente trabajadora.
With opera surge, this began centuries ago. They built that. The regional ISIS is now housed at Fort Snelling. As somebody from the Ojibwe Choctaw, we say abolish ICE. ICE out of Minnesota, yes. But if we want this problem to end once and for all, we also have to say, take down that fort. And I want you all to remember that when you're on the streets, when you're on your patrols, when you're watching your students, your family members get taken away, that this isn't something new or unique, but this is a continuum of colonialism, and it takes all of us. This isn't just an Indian problem. This is all of our problems. And we have to stand up as workers, as educators, as healthcare workers to fight back. And as we see on the streets, that means tearing down that fort, tearing down that fort in hearts, tearing down that fort that surrounds our spirit, trying to choke it out. But it also means tearing down that fort. Thank you. Hello, Minnesota family. How you feeling out there?
I was job searching for 7 months with no luck. Then I started using Otter and everything. Here's how I did it. I recorded all my interviews with Otter, and then after each interview, I'd ask the Otter AI chat.
And then come right to our city and blame us for it.
Stay to the right side of the road.
A spiritual battle against anything and anyone and any system that attempts to deny our love, our unity, and our peace with one another and with our God. This is a battle against the forces of division that want us to spend fighting about the problems that we spend solving the problems. So we come today with the spiritual power, believing that God is with us, and our unity and love for one another. This is how we fight. Our response must be different. We can not be what they are doing to us. We cannot overcome evil with evil, but we gotta come evil overcome evil and our creative good. We must not become what they are doing to us. We are to be the one Minnesota that we are called to be. I read a sign out today that said Minnesota Nice is going to break the ice. We need to be confident in that, knowing that God is already given us a victory. And that is why today is a day of prayer and fasting and truth and freedom, because truth matters. And the truth is that God is always on the side of the devil. We don't have any today on the side of love and joy and peace and faithfulness and gentleness and kindness and patience and self-control and living right in the eyesight of our Almighty God. Because I want to tell you tonight that we are on the winning side today in the face of sickness. In the midst of being enslaved, in the midst of being beaten and murdered and imprisoned and marginalized, I hear the songs of my forefathers, not waiting for victory to show up, but only claiming what God already had given to them. I can hear the songs that come out, the melodies that come out of their voice that say, victory is mine, victory is mine, victory today is mine. This verse establishes one of the most basic
human rights and human dignity. Among the is that every human being, regardless of race, immigration, or social status, is honored. That is why we are here today. Today is a historic day, a day when federal government tried to divide us, and Minnesota said no. We are united. Because our state for immigration enforcement has been relentless. Families have been terrorized. Daily life has been disrupted. The schools have moved to remote learning because parents fear for their children's safety. That is shameful. All of that has been justified by a racist lie targeting the Somali community in Minnesota. But we are Minnesotans. And this reckless operation known as Operation Metro Surge led to the killing of our neighbor, Renee Goon, who was a mother and a beloved neighbor. And before her story was even born, the federal government labeled her as a terrorist. Shame! That is not justice or accountability, but a violation of human dignity. As Muslims, we know this pattern of all too well. Dehumanize, label, and justify violence. That is shame. But today we are not gathering out of fear. We gathered out of love for our neighbors, for our children, and for our future. When the violence escalated, we did not turn away. We showed up, we shared food, we marched together, and many of you stood outside our places of worship to protect those inside while we prayed. We will never forget such a solidarity and a dignity in action. Thank you, Minnesota. And today we are not here only to grieve, but to also demand justice. We demand ICE out of Minnesota now. We demand accountability from DHS and ICE and to end further attacks on migrants and the Somali community. And to our community, the migrant community, I say this clearly to you. You are not gorgeous. You are gorgeous. No justice, no peace. You are not foreign, you are familiar. You are not far away, you are our future. And to the federal government, look at this gathering here. No peace. Your cruelty has been exposed. Because when human nature is honored, truth always wins.
No justice, no peace.
We will not be delayed. We will not be silenced. We will not back down. May God grant us justice and peace. Thank you, Minnesota.
Good Shabbos. Shabbat Shalom. My name is Rabbi Ariel Lekach Rosenberg. I am the rabbi of Shir Tikva congregation in South Minneapolis. I am so damn proud to be from Minneapolis. Holy One, known by many names, felt in breath and in courage, heard in our cry for justice, be with us now, in this moment. I want to lift up the names of two neighbors, Victor Manuel Diaz, abducted from his workplace in Minnesota on January 6th, who died in ICE custody in Texas on January 14th. I want to lift up the name of Renee Macklin Good, queer poet, wife, parent, murdered in South Minneapolis by ICE on January 7th while observing an abduction in her neighborhood. May their memories be for blessing. May their families be comforted and surrounded in love. So here's what I know, beloveds. Beneath this paramilitary invasion of our state,
local tax experts are here. Now you can meet with a TurboTax expert in your community. They can do your taxes for you
we bring
and get you
styles to
every
every
deserve.
front wing.
Local tax
You mean these
experts
wingback
are
chairs?
here.
Dive in,
Hand off
everyone.
your taxes with confidence.
We brought the ranch.
Wings and ranch.
I wanted you to be aware when you listen both to me but also to everything that you're going to hear in the news about this, that Jack Smith, when he is testified before Congress, is under oath. Is under oath. If he lies, he can be picked up for perjury. Right? He is under oath. I cannot emphasize that enough. And if you
and neighbors are bringing breast milk and menstrual pads and supplies because parents are being abducted and their children are left at home. The scale and stakes of what we now create for one another are immense, are impossible and urgent, and they confirm what we have always known. We need each other. And together we are irrepressible. Irrepressible. So, Holy One, in this time of rupture and change, we know we need more creativity, more experimentation, new courage, new alliances, new possibilities. So will you imagine with me, what songs will we sing when our breath is no longer being used to blow whistles on our street corners? What joy-filled celebrations will we throw, the most epic of block parties, when we can all leave our homes without fear? What healing will our doctors offer? What wisdom will our teachers teach? What clarity will our children hold about the ways that we all belong to one another? What will we create together when we are no longer fighting this culture of death? So let us imagine using all of these beautiful skills, all of this powerful mutual aid, all of this fearless organizing in a world without together. Yes to widening the circle. Yes to shared responsibility. Yes to a courage that is bigger than fear. This moment will take all of us. Let us know that together we are strong.
Thank you for those beautiful and powerful words. And I just want to say, look at this group of people. Inspirational, motivational, reminding us this fight did not start yesterday, but started hundreds of years ago. And to the out front community represented here, thank you. Oh my God, a hand. This is our state. Thank you for bringing it. Thank you so much. So, we're here today because our state is hurting. We've seen thousands of families.
Sinaloa, ¿qué tranzas? Creo que se subió por error.
We've seen an agency that seems to have no guardrails as they have caused this pain and suffering all across Minnesota. Renee, good. But you people are the beauty of our state. You have shown the rest of the world and the nation that here in Minnesota, when one of us hurts, we jump into action.
Yes.
We bring love and food and diapers and donations and all the friggin' rage and joy we have in us. We patrol our schools, protect places of worship, bring supplies to people too scared to go out. They came to our state because
I always say you can't manage what you can't see. Monday.com shows you the full picture like that. Statuses, timelines, budgets, all in one clear dashboard. I used to waste way too much time trying to figure out where everything was. Files were here, updates were there, and meetings. I mean, so many meetings. Now that AI is basically baked into everything we do, I've got even more clarity. It shows me which projects actually align to our year.
But they underestimated Minnesota, and
yes,
man,
they did.
As mad about that as we are everything else.
Yes, they did.
I mean, let's be honest. We're doing everything right if the morally bankrupt have to come at us this hard.
Yeah.
The pain and suffering has been immense and it continues, but our solidarity is stronger. And I just want to note that I just read that over 700 businesses chose to close today. Think about that. Give them a round of applause. All these local businesses who committed to solidarity today. And when today is over, let's commit to shopping at the businesses that stood with us and make sure they can make it through these tough times. Because the silence from the corporations in this state is deafening. So let's spend our money at places that actually care about standing for our community.
Yes.
So how do we get here today? And why are we shutting things down? Well, it's because so many wonderful rapid response and mutual aid workers, They just decided everybody needs to come together. Everybody needs to learn how to pitch in, and today you're going to hear how. So first off, groups of Minnesotans put out an audacious call. Unions, faith groups, community organizations, immigrant rights groups, the queer community decided to say enough. And they came with shared demands. No work, no school, and no shopping on January 23rd. And look at this.
Woo!
So let's do a quick reminder of the demands that we are asking of ourselves and of our neighbors. First, Minnesota and national companies must become Fourth Amendment businesses. Cease economic relations with ICE and refuse ICE entry or use their property for staging grounds. That is one. Two, not a single friggin' penny for funding for ICE in this congressional budget or any congressional budget, and human rights violations of Americans who are doing this to our neighbors. Stop fueling these White Walkers, period. The officer who killed Renee Good must be legally held accountable. Instead of going after peaceful protesters and politicians who have stood up for our state, we demand an investigation to the officer who murdered our neighbor. And most clear of all the chant we will say until we leave this building, ICE out of Minnesota now!
ICE out of Minnesota now!
So before we move on to our next speakers, let's lift up the 100 organizations who sponsored this event and made this happen. Which is the perfect lead into our next group of speakers, because over 20 unions and federations who bring hundreds of thousands of Minnesotans together have really made a difference. We know Minnesota, and one of the things that is so amazing about Minnesota history is our labor unions. They strive to be at the forefront of this fight for workers' rights, democracy, racial and social justice, and immigrant rights, and right here I am a proud member of the WGA and SAG-AFTRA. So that is why I am so excited to bring up the national presidents of 3 of the largest unions in the country. Please join me in welcoming, from the Service Employees International Union, April Barrett, from the American Federation of Teachers, Randy Weingarten, and from the Communications Workers of America, Claude Cummings. Here you go, Randy.
I'm losing my glasses. So, do we want ICE out of Minnesota?
Yeah! ICE out!
Oh my God, I know this is a rally and it was cold outside, but do we want ICE out of Minnesota?
Yeah!
So, I'm Randy Weingarten. I'm the president of the AFT, American Federation of Teachers, and I need to tell you that from coast to coast, 1.8 million members of the AFT are standing with Minnesota today. We are all Minnesota today. Our education unions from Minneapolis and St. Paul and Edmond, and here with me today were our leaders from Illinois and from Massachusetts. We are all Minnesota today. And as the faith leaders just said, look, at the very least, shouldn't schools and hospitals and churches be sacrosanct? What? And shouldn't the life of Renee Good, the life of 5-year-old Liam, the life of Sean Lee Dow, shouldn't they be sacrosanct as well? As well as the to provoke violence in communities that have historically been welcoming and safe. And why? Why is he doing it? That too. To militarize American cities. It is state-sanctioned violence, no different from what Alabama did in Selma in the 60s. And this is not who we are. At Roosevelt High School, an educator was tackled and detained by federal agents using pepper spray near students and teachers. A teaching assistant, yeah, shame. A teaching assistant was driving his family when ICE agents threw a flashbang grenade that almost killed his baby. Children are terrified. Families are afraid to send their kids to schools. This is not about immigration. This is about intimidation. It's not about restoring law and order. It's about terrorizing communities that Donald Trump doesn't like. It's about stripping Americans of our constitutional rights to protest. It's about undermining the promise of America and our love for our neighbors. As people have said already, Minnesota is being invaded by our own federal government. But you, my friends, our beloved community, Minnesotans are not standing by silently. And in this, first they came for us moment, Minnesotans acted. Because that's what's right. And because authoritarians don't stop with the most vulnerable or the people that have the least power. Authoritarians don't stop until they are stopped. Yeah! So we who are not Minnesotans are standing with Minnesotans. Because today, you and we are meeting ICE violence with nonviolence. We are meeting their chaos and cruelty with compassion and community. And let me say one more thing. Minnesota, Donald Trump, he misunderstood Minnesota nice.
Yes, he did. Yes,
Minnesota nice is compassion.
Yes,
Minnesota nice is courage. Minnesota nice is about protecting our communities and loving our neighbors.
Yes.
That is who all you are. That is who you are. Fighting for democracy, fighting for fairness, fighting for our neighbors, delivering food, doing all what other speakers have already said. That is our work today.
Yes.
Many days, our work is in schools and workplaces and shops. But today, our work is raising our voices and standing in solidarity, peacefully and patriotically, embracing our neighbors and telling us they are not welcome here. That is our work today.
When we fight? Thank you. I'm Claude Cummings, International President of the Communication Workers of America, CWA. Thank you for having me here today. And thank all of you for having braving the cold and the government-backed ICE unleashed on your city streets to join together here and lift your voices as one. Whether here in Minneapolis or in Chicago, Charlotte, or Washington, D.C., we are all united when it comes to armed masked men in uniform abducting and harming people in the name of security. And in the labor movement, we have a saying, an injury to one is an injury to all, and you here are the embodiment of that. Give yourselves a round of applause. Thank you, labor leaders, to the civil rights leaders, to the religious leaders, and to the community leaders here today. Thank you to my CWA family, including CWA District 7 Vice President Julie McAllister and CWA Local 7250 President Kieran Caduce.
Mom jeans. She passed them down to you, but who passed them to her? Good question. you can thank generations.
The people who make this country run. Looking out over this crowd, I see many faces of the United States. I see the black, the brown, the white, and the indigenous. I see the LGBTQ plus and the disabled. I see those who were born here and those who came here for a better life. And I see us united in our values of fairness, justice, and freedom. But listen, those values are under attack now, like never before in this country. Not since the days of Jim Crow have we seen a government so determined to divide us, limit us, and silence us. But I believe in the power of working people to make a difference, even in the face of unchecked hate. Within the CWA family, we've had several encounters with ICE, including 2 of our union siblings who were abducted in the job in St. Cloud just an hour from here. Boom! Boom! A third CWA member with our news guild has also been taken. An attack on one is an attack on all of us, and we will not stop until our family is whole again.
Yes.
Know that CWA stands in solidarity with you, with workers, and with those who share our values. We stand in defiance of a wannabe dictator, and we will rise against the corporations and Trump's billionaire buddies quietly funding his campaign to shred the Constitution. Political scientists and historians tell us when countries have successfully prevented or reversed authoritarian control, unions have played an important role in stopping it. How do we do that? We stand shoulder to shoulder with our union siblings and with allies across the country. We do that when we join together and focus our attention directly on the corporations that enable fascism. Our unity across communities, organizations, and unions is our power. And whatever we do, we must do it together. Listen, we're in the same boat. And while none of us asked to be here, I can tell you about the looks on your faces and the organizing already happening here, that we will rise to this moment. History is calling on each of us to play our part for the future. That will take many different forms, but whatever you do, whether it's little or lot, what matters is, instead of bowing down, you stood your ground. So Minneapolis, let me ask you, are we going to bow down? Are we going to bow down? Are we going to bow down? Then let's continue our fight. Our movement, one voice, one goal. When we fight, we win. When we fight, we win. When we fight, we win. Thank you.
Y'all can do a little bit better than me. Minnesota! Now that felt nice. I am April Verrett, and I am the proud international president of the SEIU. And if you are ready to choose love over hate, joy over terror, peace over chaos, right over wrong, then you are in the right place. Because, Minnesota family, we are here because something is happening in this country that demands our time, our attention, and our resistance. That's right, thank you, sis. We are here because our communities are under attack. We are here because we know exactly what we must do in moments like this, don't we? Yes! We stand up and we fight back. Because across this country, our communities are being literally hunted, intimidated, punished, jailed, while our democracy is being dismantled.
I know deep down in my soul that we are not without hope, and we are most certainly not without power. And look, I came here in this bitter, bitter cold, and y'all, this is a little goddamn ridiculous. Yeah. I'm just gonna have to call a thing like, this is not okay. But here's the thing, Minnesota. It might be bitterly cold, but today, you all brought the heat, Sean. You can just put that down. Yeah. Because you all brought the heat. And so I just want to call a thing a thing. Because make no mistake about it, what we are seeing from this federal government is not about safety, it's not about law and order, it's about power. In Minnesota, you all know the truth about power, and you know the truth about Philando Castile. You know the truth about George Floyd. Yes. You know the truth about Renee Good. Yes. Who only got shot and killed by an ICE agent for standing up for her Somali neighbors. Philando Castile, George Floyd, yes. Renee Good, yes. Not isolated tragedies. They are connected. And we've seen this playbook before. America has a long, long history of using law to excuse brutality, to make injustice look official, orderly, and acceptable. The Ku Klux Klan, it was not just a group of violent extremists acting alone. No, no, no. The Ku Klux Klan was a part of an organized system of terror. And today,
educational purposes only,
is playing the same damn role. They may wear different uniforms, they may talk a different language, but a thing is a thing, it's the same damn thing. And whenever this country has reached a moment like this, when injustice becomes policy, something else happens too. Yep. The people will rise up. The people will rise up. Not because it's easy, not because it's safe, but because the only alternative to rising up is surrender. And I don't think Minnesota is going to surrender. And I know my time is short and I'm going to start wrapping it up, but I want to say this. I've been to Selma, Alabama. I stood on that bridge and I saw the through line. From Selma to Memphis to Minneapolis. The fights are connected. We are up against corruption and greed, racism and white supremacy. We are up against state-sanctioned violence. Y'all, this is our Selma. This is our Selma. And we must rise and we must organize. We must rise and we must organize. Listen, history tells us real change does not come from one single day of action, y'all. It comes when ordinary people decide to stay engaged when the cameras leave. Yeah! So from here, we feel organized. From here, we show up. From here, we participate. From here, we remember something essential. This country has never ever moved forward because those in power, suddenly they get a conscience. No, no, no. This country moves forward because people like each and every one of you insist with peace, with persistence, and we insist peacefully and persistent together. We insist that this country of ours must and will do better. Family, if we stay organized, when we stay united, and when we keep our eyes and our arms wrapped around one another, instead of keeping our hearts in fear, then history will record our moment, not just as a time of crisis, but as a turning point, A turning point, a moment when the people stood up, when working people claimed our God-given right and power to what is ours. A moment when this country began once again to bend towards justice. Family, that is where we must go from here. So let's go get it.
Now I think it's an important time to hear from some of the people who have been directly affected by ICE. Because some of us have seen with our own eyes, some of us have experienced. So to help us all understand the devastating toll this is taking on our neighbors, I'm now going to bring up a few Minnesotans to share with you how they have been profoundly affected by this assault on our state. From the Protex family, Alejandro de la Rana Ibarra, the engineer and Uber driver who roasted ICE in an airport like a boss, and the owner of El Burrito Mercado, Melissa Silva Diaz. Come on up!
Soomaaliga Uberka haraasgareynaya hadda soo koraayo Axmed Abdi magaciisa la dhaho marka dhageysta waa kana Ahmed
Hello, my name is Alejandra Villagrana Ibarra. Some of you may have heard about the raid that happened in St. Paul.
Told you Best Buy had a great deal.
98-inch Samsung, plus free install.
And we avoid the Dave Cave.
You're in the Dave Cave now! Whoa!
I'm not taking my eyes off this TV.
Shop Best Buy for great prices on extra large Samsung TVs.
Well, the holidays have come and gone once again, but if you've forgotten to get that special someone in your life a gift, well, Mint Mobile is extending their holiday offer of half off unlimited wireless. So here's the idea. You get it now, you call it an early present for next year, like 11 months early, which takes you from the worst ever to the best ever. You already f***ed up, right? What do you have to lose? Look, I realize this pitch may not work.
These were people who showed up every day to provide for their families. They were the pillars holding their families together. I can still hear the terror in my mom's voice when she called me that morning. I left work immediately, and I don't remember much after that. I didn't know who to call or what to do. This was very early on, before raids like this were happening regularly. So I didn't have anyone to reach out to for guidance or support. But I knew I had to do something. I didn't know about the ICE locator. I didn't know how to find a lawyer, what a bond was, or how to use money on books. I didn't even know how to schedule a 20-minute phone call to talk to my dad. I had to learn everything in real time while trying to keep my family together. My dad was held at Sherburne County Jail for 3 weeks. 3 weeks without coming home. 3 weeks without being beside my mom. He has never spent a single day away from our family in over 20 years. We even had to miss his favorite holiday, Thanksgiving. With the help of my attorney, we moved forward with a habeas corpus petition and a temporary restraining order. These legal steps prevented my dad from being moved, and eventually we won his release. My dad is now home with us. But freedom did not mean a return to normal life. He had to stop working. My mom and dad are home all the time now. They rarely leave the house. My dad used to work 2 jobs. He was always busy. Now being home while still processing what he went through, he has taken a mental toll on him. We see the sadness in both of my parents. In an instant, our life changed. We are incredibly grateful to our attorney, Robin Meyer Thompson, who fought tirelessly for my dad and my uncle. But I did not win both battles. I lost the battle for my uncle, Isaias. He signed a voluntary departure and is now in Mexico after ICE tortured him by withholding his diabetic medication. My dad saw his brother every single day at work. Now his brother, his best friend, is thousands of miles away. My cousins lost their father. My cousins will always remember when their father was taken from them. My brother and I will always remember the moment our lives split before and after. This is not something children forget. What hurts just as much is the silence. When people in power choose not to act, when they move away while families are being torn apart. The silence becomes part of the hurt. This is why we are saying it is time to get ICE out of Minnesota. Yes! They are not protecting the people of our state or our cities. We do not want this cruelty. We do not want this abuse. We want a future where our families are safe, where children are free of fear, and where our tax dollars are used to protect our communities. We continue to hold the families of Renee Nicole Good, 5-year-old Leon Conejo Ramos, and every family that has been harmed by this unjust system in our hearts.
As many of you have seen my social media profile or video that went viral on the Uber driver at the airport, I think ICE tried to intimidate and terrorize me in my daily work capacity, but I wasn't, because I noticed it quick. I'm a trucker, so I've been on the road, I've gone to every state in America, I've dealt with a lot of people, and I can see when somebody is trying to do something negative to me. Very aware and alert. So when ICE came, and I called the first lady that approached me, Nancy Barbie. She calls herself Alpha 4. I call her Nancy Barbie because she came in there like a robot and just knocked on my window and was like, "Can I get your ID? I need your proof of citizenship." And I was just chilling, and I'm like, "What the hell? Where did you come from?" And she's like, "Well, I'm U.S. Border Patrol." I said, "Border Patrol? I don't think I'm driving a semi. I don't think I'm at the border. So I'm in a parking lot. You must be parking lot attendant or parking lot patrol or something, you know?" And she was like, "Hey, I'm Border Patrol, and I got 2 guys in the back running your plate. So either way, you give me your driver's license, or I'm gonna get your identity anyway." She didn't know that was a rental, so she couldn't get anything. So she got even madder, and now the big boss, I call him Napoleon Ice Bovino. You know, he came, and he's like, "Well, are you an illegal alien?" I'm like, "Illegal alien? Is there a legal alien?" So either way, I toyed with him a little bit, and I was like, "I feel like I'm from another planet. Maybe we should do some blood tests and see if I'm an alien or a human, you know?" Because he's supposed to be like 30 years as a Border Patrol official, and his